Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. This is my first Empties video of 2024. I have actually used up so much stuff. You guys know I like to tally how many things I've used, the value of things I've used. I don't have an exact count, but the last I checked, I was well over $1,000 worth of products and probably over 50 individual products. I'm not gonna review every single one because some of these things show up in every single video. It's not that exciting, but there are a lot of luxury products that I have really focused on emptying because they're close to expiring. So that's a reminder to you, use up your nice things because beauty products do expire. And I'm gonna share some quick reviews. I've also decluttered a few things that aren't working for me, and I'll tell you why. So let's get right into it. Everything will be timestamped according to category below. I think I'm gonna do empties first and then declutters. Also, if it's your first time here, then hi, my name is Bekah, and I hope you enjoy these kinds of reviews. I know empties are a very old school YouTube kind of format, but I feel like it's really helpful for me to know what the entire lifespan of a product is like for me to give the best review that I can possibly give. And I also think it's really helpful and important for us to confront the waste we do produce. Just that confrontation with what we actually use in a culture where we just consume, I think is helpful. And it's an exercise that I think for me as a content creator is actually helpful in giving really good reviews. So I am going to start, I think, with skincare. All right, I seem to have all manner of different kinds of patches for different purposes. This one is the Erno Laszlo Multitask Serum Eye Mask. It's a hydrogel under eye patch with algae and niacinamide. I did really like this. I found it cooling, I found it depuffing. Erno Laszlo has some products that I really love. I don't know if I found it particularly exceptional compared to other eye patches. This comes in a pack of 6, and for me, eye patches are more of an indulgence than a necessity. I did like them. I was gifted these. I don't think I would repurchase eye masks personally. I do like my reusable eye masks, but they were really cooling, and I did notice a depuffing after I used them. Then I have my Mighty patches from Hero Cosmetics. I always have these on hand. They're my favorite pimple patch. I just think they are actually really sticky and pull all the gunk out. And then these are kind of different. These are the Innisfree Retinol Cica patches. So you get one sheet with 9 patches, and per patch they're a couple of dollars. They're on the more expensive side compared to a regular hydrocolloid patch, but they contain retinol for expediting skin turnover, and then they contain Cica to help soothe and calm the skin. I actually thought these were really helpful when I had cystic patches that hadn't come to a whitehead or maybe were staying under the surface of the skin. And these are like micro dart patches, so they deliver that ingredient into your skin. And I slept overnight with these. It's not gonna make any spot completely go away, but I did feel like it shortened the lifespan of like any cystic spots that I had along my jawline. A couple of mists. The Tower 28 SOS mist I always have in my routine. It's a hypochlorous acid mist, and I find that when I use it, when my skin is feeling sensitive, it does help calm the skin and calm redness. It is just kind of like fancy water, but it does calm down redness in my skin. So it's not necessarily hydrating on its own. This one is though. This is the Lab Prebiotic Sera Cream Mist. It's one of my favorite cream mist formulas. I find that it's lightweight, but it's milky, and so it delivers ceramides to the skin without adding a lot of heaviness. And the mister itself, the component, is very fine, so you're not gonna get too much at once. I love this, and it's very affordable. It's under $20, and it is available in the US now. It's a K-Beauty product that I picked up in Korea, and when I did, it wasn't available in the States, but it is now, so I'll link it below, along with everything else. Another milky skincare product is another favorite of mine. This is the Rhode Glazing Milk. This is much richer than something like a cream mist. So this is lighter. This I found to be much more like a liquid moisturizer. So rich, in fact, that I could oftentimes skip moisturizer when I use this, especially in the mornings. I would use this and then go into my SPF. I didn't feel like I needed more cream, but in the evenings I would layer it under like a night cream. So I think it's a really nice way of getting that richness, that fattiness, some lipids, ceramides into your routine. It's great for sensitive skin, and it is a beautiful product. I think it's my favorite Rhode product from the entire line. I don't have another one open at the moment. I'm using the Ilia face base, which I also love. I think this one's a little bit richer, even richer than that. So it was really great in the winter time. I'm enjoying the Ilia one for slightly warmer weather at the moment. I have a couple of eye products. I really like both of them, and they're both very affordable. The first one is the Ordinary Multi-Peptide Eye Serum. I just realized I have all of this mascara on my hand. This is very much a fluid serum formula. It has a bit of richness to it, like a bit of viscosity. It's not too watery, and it contains lots of different peptides. This is sort of like the Ordinary's like affordable version of the Niod FECC, the fractionated eye contour concentrate. That one I find is much better for depuffing and just for bringing down inflammation and crepiness around the eyes. This one is more hydrating, straightforward. It's not as depuffing, but it is really, really lovely. I really liked it, and I have another one open right now at the moment, actually. And it is on the higher end for an Ordinary product. I think it's 20 or 25, but the ingredient list is complex. It's hydrating. It's going to give you those peptides to help with softening signs of anti-aging. Again, not as good as FECC, but about a fraction of the price. So it's something that is still in my routine that I immediately opened up another one of as soon as I finished it. The other product is a longtime K-beauty cult favorite. It's the Swanee Cocoa Biopeptine Fermentation Peptine Eye Care Cream. This is an eye cream, and it also contains peptides, and I actually did find it was depuffing over time. A lot of people really swear by this for tightening the eye area, for softening signs of aging. I didn't have miraculous results with it, though I know people who have had really, really impressive results with it. I did notice that, for example, my eye fold felt a little bit less hooded, a little bit less heavy. It's hard to attribute that to just one product. Like for me, my eyelid and eye shape changes depending on my diet and my sleep and all of that. But I did really, really like it, and I did feel like I noticed some firmness. There's a little bit left over in this tube. So that is like the consistency. It's a lightweight gel. It's not too rich. It's not too creamy. And I liked the consistency too. I found that it wore really, really nicely under makeup, but it was hydrating enough for me to wear on its own at night as well. Then I have a few moisturizers that I used and also that Sean used. The first one is the Tower 28 SOS Daily Barrier Recovery Cream. It's a very straightforward, basic moisturizer. This is not meant to be active. I can't get any out, but it's like a lightweight, not quite a gel cream, but a light cream. It also features their hypochlorous acid, which helps calm the skin. To me, this is nice. It wears nicely under makeup. It's nice for when your skin is feeling sensitized and maybe you don't want anything too intense or heavy on the skin, but it's also not an active cream. So it's not going to deliver, miraculous results. It's just a nice lightweight moisturizer that wears beautifully under makeup. And then we have a couple of richer moisturizers. I use these and Sean used these as well. First is the Paula's Choice Barrier Repair Advanced Moisturizer with, I think, lipids and ceramides. The label itself started peeling. This is actually kind of a pet peeve of mine when the tube gets wet and then the ink sort of like scratches off. Anyway, this was a really nice moisturizer. It's very rich, but the texture is not stiff. So it gives you those lipids, the ceramides, it really soothes the skin, but it's very spreadable and it's not like a stiff peak consistency the way, for example, this is the Summer Fridays Rich Cushion Cream Ultra Plumping Moisturizer. This is rich in a different way, where it also has ceramides and it also has those lipids, but it has a stiffer consistency that sort of stays stiff until you rub it in. So it's really just like a textural difference. But these were both used in the same skincare step, which was sort of as an overnight cream. Both beautiful products, both products that are comparable in a skincare routine. It's just a matter of taste, I think. Oh, here's one more eye cream that I used up that I forgot to mention. The Pharmacy Wake Up Honey Eye Cream. I really love this. This is another example of a really rich emollient cream that has a loose consistency. So I found that it was really spreadable, but it was oil and lipid rich. And I found that it was really, really nice for nighttime when you want that deep hydration, that deep moisture that's not just going to disappear off your eyes. It was a little bit rich for me for daytime, but for nighttime, it's really, really nice. Another empty is the Peter Thomas Roth Goodbye Acne AHA BHA Acne Clearing Gel. I've talked about this before. This is the mini, and I highly recommend getting the mini because you don't need a lot of it. It's my favorite spot treatment. It has like 20% lactic and glycolic, and then salicylic as well. It's really nice for when you feel stubborn spots coming up or when they are already at a whitehead. It's just my favorite spot serum, but you only need the tiniest bit. Vanessa Goals to Get Glowing actually recommended this to me years ago, and she, I think, actually sent me like a tiny sample of it, and I haven't been without it since. It's my favorite acne spot treatment, and nothing works as well as this does. And then the last like rich cream that I used up is this Hodoasu Concentrated Ginseng Renewing Cream. I have been savoring this, using it as like a little treat for over a year, I think. It was definitely time for me to use it up, and so I finally just finished it. It's such a beautiful cream. If you know Sodoasu, you know they use Hanbang Korean herbal ingredients. This uses ginseng. It just smells like an infusion of ginseng. It's beautiful. It's a rich emollient cream. Again, that's not too stiff. I kind of like that because it makes it a little bit more spreadable on the skin. It's very much an indulgence, very much a treat. It's not a necessity, but I think if you are over 30, if you have the budget to spend, it's a beautiful product. Oh, I can even just smell it right now, and it makes me so happy. I think that's it for skincare. I have a couple of lip care items. This was another tragique empty. This is the Make Beauty Lip Reset Mask in Solar Citron. I don't know if this was limited edition or if they've made it permanent, but it's my favorite of their lip masks. It smells incredible. It's like sweet, juicy citrus, but it has very much a sweet, like a honey kind of sweetness to it. It's so good. It's super, super rich, so it actually coats your lips. It's even like thicker than the Laneige sleeping mask, but it actually stays on the lips overnight, even more so than other lip masks that I've tried, and this scent is just unbeatable. This is a lip product that I almost finished, but I ended up having to declutter. It's the Olio et Oso Balm number 1. That's just their like clear balm. It used to smell like a really nice fresh citrus, and it was just like a nice basic lip balm, but the scent has changed and it's smelling a little bit Play-Doh-y, which is to me a sign that it's probably expired. So I'm gonna let it go. And also the period after opening is 12 months, and it's definitely been more than 12 months. So time to let this one go. It's also just a good reminder to check your products, smell them, see if the textures change. That's usually a sign that it's expired and time to let go. Okay, I have a ton of hair, body, shower products. I sort of emptied a bunch of things at once and also made an effort to empty a lot of things. So first I have the Nature Lab Perfect Clean Scalp Balancing Sake Rinse. This was basically like fancy water with cleansing ingredients. Um, I liked the delivery system. It comes out in this tube that you can just sort of apply into your hairline. And I did find it cleansing. It was like an extra cleansing step, especially when I had a lot of dry shampoo or product in my hair. So when I wash my hair, I like to have a really thorough cleanse, and sometimes I'll even shampoo twice. In that case, this was great because I would go in with this and then with a shampoo, and I felt like my hair was really clean. It's not a necessity, like I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it, but I did really enjoy having it in my routine. And I also found that it was really cooling on the scalp when I used it. So I actually do miss it. I would be happy to have it in my routine again. I'm just not repurchasing it at the moment. This was interesting. This is a newer brand to me called A-Ray. And it's a clarifying scalp exfoliant that delivers antioxidants and a pigment preserving peptide. So this whole brand is built around preventing gray hairs. And I do have grays. I've had early grays my whole life. It's just kind of genetic. So it's really hard to say if a topical ingredient, especially a wash-off ingredient, is going to stop your hair graying. I don't know the science behind that. I did enjoy this as a product. I found that I did have to use quite a bit of it, probably because I have really thick hair. The scrubby bits it's a fine grit, so it's not super gritty, but it was nice to, again, have that additional scalp cleansing step. So I wouldn't expect miracles out of a wash-off product, but they also make supplements. They make a lot of different products with this peptide that claims to prevent or slow down the graying of hair. So they did pique my attention. I just don't know the brand well enough to speak about those elements, but I liked it as a scalp scrub. And then I have a few different hair masks. My favorite is the Ceremonia hair mask, the Mascarilla de Babasu, and it smells amazing. I think I mentioned this in their papaya scalp scrub in my February favorites. I still think Ceremonia has the best smelling hair care at Sephora. I just love it so much. This is great because it detangles the hair, it adds moisture. It's not the richest, most buttery hair mask out there. It actually has a slightly looser consistency, which I actually found made it easier to work through my really thick hair. But mostly I just love the smell of it and I love using it, and I do feel like it leaves my hair softer and shinier. The next one is the Shaz & Keeks Unearth Yourself Nourishing Narum Conditioner. And I do really love everything Shaz & Keeks do. This conditioner was not my favorite. It has a very herbal scent. They use Ayurvedic ingredients in their formulas, which is really lovely. But I didn't find it was quite detangling enough for my hair. Like, I did find it moisturizing, but I still found that my hair, which is really long right now, was not as detangled as I would have liked personally. And then I have the Vegamore Hydrate Deep Moisture Repair Mask. And this was hydrating and it was detangling, but I kind of had to make myself finish it because it has this really powdery floral smell. And if you like that kind of like white floral smell, that would be great for you. This would be great for you. For me, that's not my preference when it comes to my hair care, and I just found it really intense. Like, it would linger and the scent would linger. The performance was nice, but the scent was just not my favorite. For body care, I finished a Kopari Tahitian Vanilla Hydrating Body Wash. I think the Tahitian Vanilla scent out of all of the Kopari scents is my favorite. It's vanilla, but it's kind of like a toasty, creamy vanilla. It's definitely gourmand, and it's just a really yummy scent. It's very sweet, but it smells so good. This is just like a clear gel hydrating body wash, but it is hydrating. It doesn't strip the skin. We went through this really quickly. I also like their Tahitian Vanilla Body Butter. So yeah, this is one that I really enjoy. And then I have two hair care leave-in products that I use all the time. The Unite 8 Seconds Detangler, 7 Seconds Detangler. This is actually available at Ulta now. All of the Unite line is, which is really exciting because it used to be more of a salon kind of brand, and now they're more of a mass consumer brand. the best detangler I've ever tried, hands down. It still is, like 10 years, more than 10 years after trying it for the first time. And then my favorite dry shampoo, the Living Proof Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. And then I also emptied 2 of my Peri Para Ink Mascara Fixers. I talk about this all the time. If your lashes drop a curl, if you have short lashes, fine lashes, this is what I always use under almost every mascara to hold up the curl. Nothing else really works for me because of my lash type other than these Korean lash primers, but this is my favorite one of all of the ones I've tried. Okay, let's get into declutters now. This always makes me sad, but I feel like I'm getting better at being honest about if I don't like a product and why, and passing it on to someone who I think might like it. For example, there might be products here that I like in their performance, but I don't like in fragrance or for whatever reason, but someone else that I know might really enjoy it. Otherwise, there are some products that I just don't think are good. So let's get into it. The first one is really sad for me because I really enjoyed this at the beginning of the life of the product. It's the Fenty Skin Cherry Dub Triple Action AHA Body Scrub. This smells so good. It has an artificial cherry scent, but it's like cherry candy and it's really fresh and juicy. The scrub itself is really nice. I think it's a sugar scrub, so it has that like crystal gritty quality to it. It has AHA in there to help physically and chemically exfoliate. But it has one major drawback, which is that it dyes my fingers red. Whatever dye is in here, if I use it with my hands, like if I squeeze it out onto my hands and then rub it on my skin, I leave the shower with pink hands. It doesn't stain my shower, but I feel like I just don't like that feeling of residue being left behind. I don't notice it on my body. I just notice it on my hands, but I just can't get over the red stain. So I have to let this one go, even though I really like the performance of it. Another product that's a good product, but it has like one hang up for me, is the Honey Water Balm. So Honey, I think, is doing really interesting things with body care. They have different kinds of in-shower body butters, and they have shaving products and different tools. And I like that they're doing something different. This in particular is a water balm, so it's a hydrating body mist. So it's an alternative to body lotion for people who don't like body lotion. I'm not one of those people, but I'm always game to try something new with body care. However, I just couldn't get past the scent, and all of the Honey products have this white floral scent, and it's kind of strong, like it does linger. And I think it's a polarizing scent because I know people who love it, and then I've heard from people who also don't like it. And it's that one scent across all of their products. I feel like if they had an unscented version or perhaps other scents, I would like more from the brand. But this one, because it's a leave-on product, it's just a little strong for me. It gave me a bit of a headache. But I do think it's a nice option for people who don't like body moisturizer or who don't want the feeling of lotion on their hands. This is a product that lived in my shower for a really long time, and I kept trying to make it work, and it's just not working for me. So this is the Oleo e Osso Liscia Shave Oil, and it's literally an oil for shaving the skin. And in theory, I was like, ooh, that sounds really nice because you don't have to deal with like, I don't know, shaving cream getting stuck in your razor. Maybe this is a nice alternative to condition the skin as you're shaving. And in theory, that's true. But in practice, I found that it didn't really work. So it's kind of like it would only work if you were starting with dry skin. Then it would actually stick to the skin and allow you to get a shave, for example, on your legs. But when I use this, I'm already in the shower, I'm already wet. And that is how they recommend using it. They say apply onto damp skin, but then the oil just kind of runs off your skin and dribbles off. And I don't feel like, by the time I apply it, spread it across the skin and grab my razor, the oil's kind of already off my skin. And the same thing was true with underarms. So I kept it around because I wanted it to work, but I'm finally just coming to terms with it that it's just not gonna work for me in terms of how to use it and its pragmatism. Then I am decluttering the Dermatology Universal Tinted Moisturizer SPF 46. This is a tinted moisturizer that at one point was my favorite tinted moisturizer or tinted SPF. It's a mineral and chemical blend. I think it's zinc and octinoxate. But it's expired now, and I've since discovered other tinted moisturizers with SPF that I like better. I do still like this. It has a really nice match for my skin. It's a little bit like puffy, and it adds really, really beautiful glow to the skin, and it's a really nice match. But I think since then, I've just found other SPFs, tinted SPFs that I like a little bit better. And at certain points, I found it to be a little bit too greasy. So I liked it. I think it's great for winter skin, but it's expired now and the cap isn't staying on, and it's just time to let it go. Okay, this one I had high hopes for. This is the Our Self Lip Filler subtopical plumping technology. So it's a lip serum. The component is really cute. I've saved it because I think I have friends that would like it. It's a very chic refillable component. So you get this little like clicky pen, and then this is the refill serum. It's like a lip serum. This burned my lips so bad. I generally don't like mintiness in my lip products, and if it's slightly minty, I don't mind, but this was actually plumping via like burning your lips. It reminded me of those old school lip plumping glosses, and it just was too intense for me. I feel like I would have liked the formula without the mintiness. I don't necessarily look for plumping in lip products, but it just was so intense. And even after I wiped it off, I could feel the tingling in my lips, and it's just not a sensation that I personally enjoy. So even though it's really chic, I'm gonna pass it on. Another expired SPF, this is the Dermalogica Pore Screen SPF 40. I actually really like this. This is another tinted mineral SPF. This one comes out as a white cream, but there are pigment bubbles that burst when you rub it into the skin. And I actually did really enjoy this. I just had other SPFs that I liked more. It was a little bit on the pink side for me. Nothing I couldn't get past, but it's just expired now and it's time to let that one go. And then I actually found two last empties I forgot to mention. I just emptied this the other night. This is the Sand and Sky Tasmanian Spring Water Intense Hydrating Mask. It's very hydrating. I really, really liked this. It's a light blue gel color. There's a little bit in the bottom there, and it's a leave-on mask. I would use this when I was in the bath, just to prevent any transepidermal water loss. And it is like a rich cream. So when you rinse it off, you do feel like there's a little bit of that creaminess like left behind, but in a good way. I really liked it. And would totally repurchase this again. I won't at the moment, but I would like to have it back in my collection at some point. The other thing is a hair product, and it's the Bekah Wizard Detangling Primer. I mentioned that the Unite is my favorite detangler. This is in very, very close second, but they're different. So the Unite comes out as this more like a hair serum, and this is more oily. So there are actually a lot of oils in here. It is very detangling, and I feel like it delivers more moisture, whereas, and it's a little bit longer lasting. And because there's a lot of oil in it, it can potentially be a little bit heavier, whereas this is more lightweight. So I love both of these. I use them interchangeably in my hair routine, but I think the difference is just a matter of texture. If you want more hair oils, then this is the one. And if you like something more lightweight, then this is the one. But they're both very, very detangling. And then I also have the California Naturals Daily Shampoo. I really, really liked this shampoo. It's very affordable. I want to say it's around or under the $10 mark. I did find it was a very clarifying shampoo. I wasn't expecting that, but I found that every time I washed my hair with this, it gave me a super thorough, almost slightly verging on squeaky clean hair, which I don't like when it's super squeaky clean, but I did feel like this was really good at getting product residue out of my hair, getting my scalp really clean. It gave me a very, very thorough cleanse and a super satisfying sud as well. Like it would foam up and bubble up, but it's also really gentle on the hair. Like I don't think it has sulfates. Yeah, no sulfates, and it includes a lot of botanical ingredients to make it smell nice and smell fresh, but it also gave me a really, really good clean. So I would totally recommend this if you're looking for a shampoo that's slightly more affordable. It's also a good size bottle. It's 12 fluid ounces. Okay, I think that's it for me. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions about how to use things, where things go in your routine, anything I didn't get to, let me know in the comments and I'll meet you there. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.